Lamar Jackson is one of the most electrifying quarterbacks that we've seen since GOAT Vic himself. At the age of 27, he is already one of the most accomplished quarterbacks coming out of his draft class, racking up 2 NFL MVP honors, 3 Pro Bowls, breaking the single-season rushing record by a quarterback, and an AFC Championship game appearance. Now, all those accolades are great, but they're no Super Bowl. He will never be regarded as a great quarterback until he wins a Super Bowl. So I'm going to see if I can help cement Lamar's legacy by winning him a Super Bowl. Let's do it. What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another banger here on the channel. I'm super excited to bring this video to you guys, man, especially with the conclusion of the Super Bowl and Patrick Mahomes winning his third Super Bowl in 5 freaking seasons, which is absolutely amazing. It had me wondering. I mean, my boy Lamar Jackson, he did win his 2nd MVP this year, which is absolutely amazing. But if you are a true football fan and you watch football, you know that all those are just personal accolades that don't really make you in that GOAT conversation. At some point, you have to win a Super Bowl. It's been quite some time. Lamar Jackson still has not gotten over that hump. So in this video, we are going to try to help Lamar Jackson win his first Super Bowl ring, and we're only going to do it in 5 years. Now, if he wins more, great, but we're only really looking for 1. That's the major goal here. Now, to count out some of the discrepancies, people say Lamar Jackson doesn't have any help. People say Lamar Jackson needs receivers. People say Lamar Jackson needs to throw better. People say all these things about Lamar Jackson. So what I did was I decided to go ahead and add a spin wheel on this video. So on this spin wheel, as you can see, it has multiple attribute that we can add to Lamar Jackson's, or different things like trade for a player, a 90 overall wide receiver to help Lamar Jackson and build around Lamar Jackson to see if those are the actual issues on why he's not winning a Super Bowl. So at the end of every season, I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel twice. So he'd have, you know, let's just say 2+ speed, not that he needs it, but 2+ speed on the first spin. Boom, we'll give him 2+ speed. And the other one's like maybe trade for a wide receiver. Boom, we're gonna go ahead and trade for that wide receiver. So at the end of every season, I'm gonna spin the wheel twice to go ahead and add those 2 things to him to help him out on this Super Bowl journey. Like I said, we're only gonna do this in 5 years, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're not going to play every single game here. We are going to be doing some simming, but in pivotal games, especially in playoffs and stuff like that, I'll definitely make sure that I go ahead and get in there so we can, of course, get some game footage for you guys. All right, so automatically off the rip, setting the goal, we already know what that is. We're making the Super Bowl. We don't want anything lower than making the Super Bowl because that's what we're doing here in this video. But let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule to see if road to the Super Bowl is going to be very difficult or is it going to be very easy. Let's see what that looks like. How would I check that? Boom, 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 boom. Schedule. There we go. Gonna go straight to the team schedule. All right, so week 1, we got the Broncos. I'm chalking that up as a W. Texans, Raiders, Bengals, Commanders, their kryptonite, the Steelers, the Browns, the Giants, the Browns again, bye week, Bucks. Then we're playing against my Eagles, Steelers, Chargers, Bills, Bengals, Chiefs, and Cowboys. So that's a pretty tough schedule. I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna be easy. But let's see, year 1. Let's see what Lamar Jackson can do. All right, so we are at the midweek, the halfway mark of the season, halfway done with the season, halfway to the playoffs, and the Ravens are sitting at a 5-2 record. So not too bad. Let's look at the standings to see where they're at now. So Chiefs sitting at 7-0, so that's looking pretty. The AFC, 7-0 for the Chiefs, 6-1 for the Colts, 5-1 for the Bengals, 5-2 for the Ravens. So it's going to be very important to push through because the AFC is looking very competitive and the Chiefs are looking like contenders once again. All right, so just to take a quick look at these stats, this is where Lamar Jackson is sitting at. He's sitting at 1,400 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So definitely protecting that ball with 290 rushing yards, no rushing touchdowns. So could be possibly in the worst of an MVP season. We'll see. Alrighty, so we have made it through the first season. Baltimore finishes at a nice 11-6 record. Let's just go ahead and look at the playoff bracket to see where we sit. As you can see, we did make the playoffs, but let's just see where we're at. So In true Chiefs fashion, the Chiefs get the first round bye. We are sitting at number 6, so we were almost left out, very close to being left out of the playoffs. But if all goes well, Lamar Jackson could be facing Kansas City in the divisional. But again, the Chargers could also pull the upset and end up seeing them as well, and some things can also go down. But if all goes well, it looks like he'll be facing his enemy in Patrick Mahomes very soon. So let's go ahead and get straight into this. I just want to go ahead and, like I said, for the playoff games, I definitely will be getting in there, doing a live sim, just so we can kind of see how the game unfolds and whatnot, and then we'll go from there. All right, so here we go. It's a back and forth battle right now, but ultimately Miami finishes the first quarter with 3 points. 3 points up on Lamar Jackson and company. Let's see what we can do again. Can Lamar Jackson and company respond? Yes, they can. But ultimately, they're going back and forth trading blows. Halftime, Baltimore is leading. It's looking kind of good for Lamar Jackson and company. Let's go ahead and see if they can finish this game off, or will they be sent home? All right, so fourth quarter woes. Here we go. Lamar Jackson and company looks like they can escape with the narrow victory, 17-10 against the Miami Dolphins, beating them and upsetting them at home, moving on to the next round. And based on Lamar Jackson and Baltimore winning, them being the lowest seed, they may be ending up at Arrowhead taking on the defending champs and the Kansas City Chiefs, which that would be very poetic if that's the way Lamar Jackson gets his first ring, going through Arrowhead. So good win for him. All right, so actually it looks like he will be going out to Buffalo to play Buffalo. So what might have happened on that bracket right then and there? Yeah, the Chargers upset the number 2 seed, so therefore they were the lowest seed to win, so therefore they get to face Kansas City at Arrowhead. But this is not going to be a easy feat for Lamar Jackson, as he has always had difficulties with Josh Allen over there in Buffalo. So this should be a very interesting game as well. Let's see if he can pull it off and advance to the AFC Championship for the 2nd year in a row. All right, here we go, man. Like I said, I'm pulling for my boy Lamar Jackson to get it done, man. Please get it done, LJ. Please get it done, man. Every time you step over to the field, bro, it's for the culture. So you gotta get it done. Let's see if you can get it done, man. Can that defense stop? Josh Allen in the Buffalo Bills. Oh, it's looking rough. It is looking rough. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, he almost had it. He almost had it. He almost had it. That close. First year's over. Lamar Jackson will be going home. And you know what that means? You know what that means? We get 2 spins for my boy LJ to see if we can get him some help, because he only has 4 more years to get him that so glorious Super Bowl that he needs, so glorious Super Bowl that he wants. But this year it looks like he will need a little bit more help to get to that Super Bowl. All right, so I just wanted to go ahead real quick before we spin the wheel. I just wanted to show you who actually made it to the Super Bowl. Of course, Patrick Mahomes is back. He's looking to win number 4. Mr. Patrick Mahomes is going against the LA Rams, and they're just a better team. So if I'm not mistaken, he may actually win number 4 right here, while Lamar Jackson is still chasing number 1. The Super Bowl is over, and yes, the Chiefs handled the Rams by 21 points. Patrick Mahomes winning his 4th Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson winning his 3rd MVP. Look at it. And also Offensive Player of the Year as well. So more personal accolades for Lamar Jackson right now. And I hate to do this. I hate to put 2 brothers against each other. But for comparison in this video, let's take a look at the 2 careers right now. So as you can see, Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes now has 4 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs, and he has 4 Super Bowl MVPs. Oh my goodness. And my boy Lamar Jackson. My boy Lamar Jackson is still chasing. He has 0 Super Bowl rings, 0 Super Bowl MVPs, but he has 4 NFL MVP awards to his belt, which is not bad for personal accolades. But for this video, like I said, we are trying to get my boy a Super Bowl ring. So let's do it. Next season is coming. You know what time it is. It is time to spin the wheel to see what kind of help we can get my guy Lamar Jackson, so that way he can finally get a chip up on the competition, because we do know this. He's making the Hall of Fame regardless. But it would be a lot nicer if he had a Super Bowl to assist him into the Hall of Fame. Assist him into a gold jacket, if you get what I'm trying to say. Okay, so here we go on our first spin. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what comes up. Let's see what comes up. And it is... Bam! Okay, so we are going to add +2 speed to Mark Andrews to help my guy Lamar Jackson out. +2 speed to Mark Andrews is going to be one of the things that we are going to do to help Lamar Jackson out. We got one more spin. Let's go ahead and see what else we can do to help my boy Lamar Jackson out. One more spin. Here we go. And +2 throw accuracy, medium throw accuracy, +2 medium throw accuracy. So we're going to give +2 speed to Mark Andrews. We're going to add +2 medium throw accuracy to Lamar Jackson. And then we're going to go ahead and get straight into this next season. Come on. All right, so here we are, season 2, which means we only have 4 more years to get this done. 4 more years to get this done. You already know what the goal is. It's to win the Super Bowl. Nothing shorter than that. This is going to be an interesting season, like I mentioned before, because this is going to be the first season where we actually have the attributes to help out Lamar Jackson. Let's see if it helps us out a little bit. Just as a reminder, we are adding 2+ medium throw accuracy on Lamar Jackson, 2+ speed to Mark Andrews to kind of help him out. I'm not sure how much of a difference that makes, but we shall see. All right, so here we are at the midweek of season 2, and it's not looking too good for Lamar Jackson and company, as they are sitting at 4-3 overall. Losing to the Jets is pretty tough, but it's also threatening to miss the playoffs if they don't turn it around. So we'll see what's going on here, but for the most part, it's, like I said, it's not looking that good for Lamar Jackson and company. Let's see who they actually lost to get kind of some sort of perspective on what's going on here. So beating the Packers, okay, so barely losing to the Titans, winning, and then losing by a touchdown to the Lions, and then losing by 3. Okay, so the losses have been barely losses, but still, it's not really good, especially going into a tougher stretch of the latter half of the season. But still got a lot of games to turn it around, but again, not looking too good for Lamar Jackson and company. Wow, so 9-8 is the finish on the season and barely making the playoffs. And the reason why I'm thinking you're barely making the playoffs is because how down the AFC is right about now. Losing to the Bears the last season of the game. I mean, that should tell you the state of where Lamar Jackson and company is. But let's go ahead and see who gets the first round bye. Wow, okay. So Joey B and company gets the first round bye, putting the Chiefs at the number 3. CJ Stroud and company at number 2. And little old Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens sitting there at 5. So if this plays out the way it should, yeah, we could end up going up there to Bengals territory to take on the Bengals, and then moving forward, hopefully that is a straight shot to the AFC Championship game. But let's see, we got to get past the Jets, who they lost to earlier in the season already. Let's see what LJ and company can do, if he can do anything. Is he going to choke on the Popeyes biscuit once again? Let me know down in the comments below. What do you guys think? Is he going to prevail? Is this going to be the season that he wins the Super Bowl? Is he going to win a Super Bowl? What season do you think he's going to win the Super Bowl? Let me know down in the comments below. And then they'll kind of let me separate the Lamar Jackson lovers from the Lamar Jackson haters as well. So that'll be cool. All right, let's see if Lamar Jackson and company can handle business. Starting down early, but they're attacking. They're doing what they're supposed to do. The Jets are doing what they are supposed to do. And it looks like, I don't want to speak too soon, but it looks like Lamar Jackson and company are actually going to get bounced from the playoffs and by Baker Mayfield. Not even by Aaron Badman Rodgers. He got outplayed by Baker Mayfield. All right, so just another recap of the Super Bowl in the 2025 season. The Philadelphia Eagles get the job done. Joe Burrow wins the MVP. Lamar Jackson wins another NFL award this year, the Offensive Player of the Year. So he is absolutely stacking up accolades, as we can see, or as you can see right here, stacked up once again against Patrick Mahomes. He's adding more NFL awards and honors, but no hardware in the Super Bowl department. So we still got a lot of work to do. Let's see what spins are generous to help this guy Lamar Jackson out. Okay, so here we go, spinning the spin wheel for the first time to see how generous the spin wheel is to Lamar Jackson. What can they do for him? And it looks like they are going back to the tight end, but instead of speed this time, we're going to be adding 2+ catch to the tight end position. So the 2+ catch to the tight end position, Mark Andrews is going to get 2+ catch as if he already doesn't have hands. But can they help him out with anything else? A player trade? What can this spin wheel do for Lamar Jackson other than these +2 to his tight end, which seems to not be helping? Oh my goodness. +2 catch for his running back. So we got the +2 catch for the tight end, +2 catch for the running back to kind of help the running back become an option out of the backfield. So again, not major help that's coming from him or for him from the spin wheel, but the spin wheel has judged him and said this is what he needs to help him get over that hump to become a Super Bowl contender. So this is what he got. Here we go again. Honestly, I'm starting to get dizzy how many times we're coming back to the beginning and back to the beginning and back to the beginning. We're setting the goal, the sights once again, Super Bowl, man. I mean, every time it seems the first year, it was like we were almost there. The second year, we barely made the playoffs. But let's see what he can do this season, man. Third year in, we only have 2 more seasons after this one to help this man get some chrome. Let's go. All right, so here we are at mid-season, and it is not looking good as these boys are under 500, man. It's looking rough. Joey B and company is shining as, you know, Joey B and company usually does. But let's go ahead and look at the schedule to see what's been going on with Lamar Jackson. I mean, lost to the Panthers. Bryce is coming up. I mean, lost to their kryptonite. Lost to the Texans, CJ and company. I mean, yeah, it's not looking likely, but I still have hope that the spin wheel will judge and hopefully get this man the help that he deserves, because it's looking bad. Let's see if they can make a push for the playoffs, because to not even make the playoffs would be an absolute disgrace. All right, so we have made it to the playoffs, but the Ravens have not made it to the playoffs. They finished with a 5-7 record, and it is looking bad. So another season ends in disgust. Another season ends in disgrace. Another season that Lamar Jackson does not get a Super Bowl, which means that there are only 2 seasons left for him to turn this organization around, get up on his grind, and make these guys better. Yeah, it's tough, man. This is a tough season, but it's only up from here, right? Well, here's something that you don't see every day, ladies and gentlemen. The Cowboys making it to the Super Bowl. That is unprecedented, even in a video game, which is crazy. But just like in true Cowboy fashion, even when they go and take a few steps forward, they always end up backwards. Not only did they make it to the Super Bowl in the video game in like freaking over 27, 8, 9, 10 years, but they get swept in the Super Bowl in true Cowboy fashion, man. Just like Dak Prescott and company to do such a thing. Lamar Jackson doesn't make it anywhere here on this list. Very pathetic season for him and company. Like I said, sitting at 5-12, I didn't think they would. But we are going to go to the spin wheel to see if the spin wheel has judged, to see if the spin wheel will get this man the help he deserves. Can he trade for somebody? Can he get the help he needs? Let's see if the spin wheel will judge correctly this time. All right, so the spin wheel says that Lamar Jackson needs to get... Oh, so close. Lamar Jackson gets to trade for a 90+ overall running back. So, wow. Yes. He's going to get a little bit of help. It would have been very nice if he had that 90+ overall receiver, but any help is good help for Lamar Jackson and company. Let's see what the second spin does for Lamar Jackson and company. The spin wheel has judged, and it says Lamar gets to have something he does not really need. +1 speed. I think that would put him at like a 98 speed or something like that. I guess it will help, but at least he does get a win out of this spin wheel and being able to trade for a 90 overall +90+ overall running back. All right, so we are now in season 4, which means we have 2 more seasons to get my boy some chrome. We traded for our running back as the spin wheel told us to do. We got a guy, we got a stud. I wanted to go for the highest overall rated running back I could find, but I said, you know who would be a great running back to pair up with Lamar Jackson? Somebody who already has that speed and Bijan Robinson. I said Lamar and Bijan in the backfield. I mean, Bijan has speed. He has power. He can catch out the backfield. He's versatile. Sitting at a 93 overall with a Lamar Jackson who can do it all as well. This should be a very interesting pickup for Lamar Jackson, but let's see if it can help them turn that 5-12 season around to at least get them to a playoffs and, of course, to a Super Bowl. Halfway through the season, at the midseason, the Baltimore Ravens are sitting at a 4-3 record, but it is okay because last time they were at a 4-3 record, they ended up finishing 11-6 and somewhat making a playoff run. Let's see if these boys can do the same thing, get these guys into the home stretch, into the playoffs, and again, try to get Lamar Jackson that chrome. All right, so we have made it to the playoffs, and once again, for the second season in a row, the Baltimore Ravens has failed to make the playoffs. They have won 2 more games than they did last year, but again, they missed the playoffs once again. Not a good enough season for them. Let's kind of see where they were standing at statistically. Lamar Jackson, 29th in the league in passing. That's pretty low, man. Great ratio overall, 72%, but like 29th in the league. Bijan did his thing. Lamar Jackson, so they were a great tandem in the backfield, but it just wasn't enough to help them get over that hump and get to the playoffs. So just a season recap. Joey B is back on the board for another MVP. Brock Purdy finally gets his Super Bowl, but no awards for Lamar Jackson, no MVPs, no anything like that. So it is looking kind of slow, man, which means this pains me to say this, but for the 5th and the final season and the final spin, we shall see what can be done to help Lamar Jackson turn this around. Now, this is going to be a miracle because we're coming off 2 seasons where they've missed the playoffs. So we're talking about a miracle spin here to help this man get to the playoffs. He needs defensive help. He needs offensive prowess. And let's see if the spin wheel will judge him correctly. All right, so the spin wheel is judging, but let's see if they judge correctly. The spin wheel gives him 2+ throw on the run. I don't think that's going to be enough to help them come back from a 7-10 season. But we still have one more spin left for the guy to see if he can get it done, man. Let's see if the spin wheel judges him correctly to see if he can get a wide receiver weapon or a wow. Okay, so a +2 man-to-man coverage bump to a DB. He does get some defensive help there to turn a corner to a little bit more of a man guy, but I'm just going to go with my instinct here, and I'm going to say that still may not be enough to help him get over that hump to get that chrome, but we shall see. We still have one more season to do it, so let's get into this last and final season to see if Lamar Jackson can finally win this glorious Super Bowl. Okay, so here we go, coming back around for the final season to help this brother win some chrome, man. I'm setting the final goal that we have to win the Super Bowl. It should be to make the playoffs at this point, because it seems they can't even do that anymore. We added the things that the spin wheel said we should add, and again, I don't know if that's enough, but we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see if Lamar Jackson and company can get the job done. All right, yeah. So this is it. This is done. I mean, it's looking bad. It's 0-6. It's not looking good at all for Baltimore and Lamar Jackson and company. Yeah, we kind of already predicted this, but they didn't make the playoffs for the 3rd straight season in a row. In the latter half of the 5 seasons, it has been pathetic. So it does look like somebody had a happy ending to this. Let's get Lamar Jackson a Super Bowl win. Another rematch between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Burrow, another MVP, man. Patrick Mahomes, man. Patrick Mahomes, his 5th Super Bowl MVP, his 5th Super Bowl ring. And as you can see right here, the accolades are just phenomenal. And whereas Lamar Jackson, he is a 4-time NFL MVP, and he has his multiple accolades of NFL awards, but 0 Super Bowl wins, 0 Super Bowl appearances, 0 Super Bowl MVPs. So with that being said, I am very sad to announce that we were not able to win Lamar Jackson a Super Bowl. Maybe next time we take this approach to try to win Lamar Jackson the Super Bowl, we get a little bit more in depth, give him a little bit more help, get more deep into the recruiting process and drafting and all those different kind of things. But I wanted to keep this very surface level, man. If you guys like this video, make sure you go and smash that like button, smash that subscription button, and turn on the notification bell for every time I post these YouTube videos. Lamar, if you ever see this, bro, I am sorry we couldn't get it done, but you still have time to change your narrative and get you a Super Bowl, because I want you to know that if you do not win a Super Bowl, they will never respect you, bro. You will always be a running back to them. But all in all, this was a very fun video to do. Like I said, hopefully my boy Lamar Jackson can catch up to Patrick Mahomes and get him a ring, at least one. But as of now, his story is still unwritten, still untold, and he still has a lot of work to do to win his first Super Bowl. Other than that, man, I hope you guys appreciate this video. King, out.